A placing type component interface is used to assist in placing components into an assembly. These interfaces are typically added to standard hardware or other components that are assembled in the same way almost every time they're placed. A placing type component interface allows you to save constraints and associated references that you typically use to assemble a component. Each time you assemble that component, the constraints and references of the component interface are pre-selected, enabling you to more efficiently assemble your components. To create a component interface, click Component Interface from the Model Intent group. We're going to name this interface Insert_Mate, because the bolt will be inserted into a hole and the head of the bolt will be mated coincident to a surface. Select Placing as the type of interface that is being created. The cylindrical surface of this bolt is typically inserted into holes, so select that surface as the first coincident constraint. You can see that it has been added to the dialog box. The bottom surface of the bolt head is typically mated coincident to a surface, so select that surface as the second coincident constraint. Complete the feature and notice that a footer has been added to the model tree. If you expand the footer, you'll see an Interfaces group, and inside the Interfaces group is the component interface that was just created. If you expand the interface and select the constraints listed in it, the references will highlight on the model. Now that the interface has been created, let's try using it to place the bolt into an assembly. Click Assemble from the component group and select the bolt to be placed. Notice that the cylindrical surface of the bolt is already highlighted. It's waiting for a matching cylindrical surface to be selected that the bolt will be inserted into. Now the bottom of the bolt head is highlighted, waiting for the surface that it will be coincident to be selected. The placing type can certainly speed up the process of adding specific components into an assembly with predetermined constraints.